Urban Van Life Philly here. Is van life for you? I'm going to talk about 3 points. If it is for you, if it isn't for you. The juicy's at the end. The real talk. The real talk. I want this video to be genuine. I have some little points I'm going to read off and go off of that I've really thought about. Is van life for you? Do you want to travel? Do you want to experience new places? That may not involve saving a lot of money. But you've got a lot of money for gas, you've saved up, you're working seasonally, maybe you got creative ways working online on the internet while you travel place to place. Van life might be for you. If you want to alleviate expenses and you need a vehicle, van life might be for you. Rent can be a lot depending on where you live, and if you're willing to live in a van in the city like I am, you could save some money if you need a vehicle. Do you want to experience true minimalism? Do you want to experience the moment where you get rid of most of your stuff that you've collected? It can be a hard moment depending on who you are as a person. If you think you can handle that, which will take introspection, van life might be for you. As well as meeting new people. Do you want to meet new people? Van life would be for you. This is the real deal. Van life might not be for you if you want to save money but you don't need a vehicle. For me, van life really isn't saving money because I could live my life without a vehicle. I did for 4 years, but now I have a van that I bought. It'll take a couple years depending on where you live and the expenses you have to put in the van, the price of the van. If you think you're going to save money and buying a van up front. Yeah, you might be paying payments for your van, but that doesn't mean you're going to save money in the long haul. If you do not need a vehicle and you want to save money, I suggest getting a cheap apartment, going with a bunch of friends in a studio, and just dealing with like that. Don't get a vehicle if you don't need it. Public transit, bicycles, all that jazz. If you don't like people and you don't have positive perspective, if you don't enjoy meeting new people and it's a struggle for you to meet new people, and it's easy for you to have negative perspective, van life might not be for you. Why do you really want van life? Is it because you want the hashtags? Is it because you want to look a certain way? This is what I mean about being real with yourself. What's your why? Why do you want to do van life? And it could be a really hard question. It's really hard to be honest with yourself until you've hit a wall, until you're experiencing something challenging. And I could attest to that. You know, I originally saw van life, saw what people were doing, seemed really amazing. Didn't really think about it as much as like the context of my life. You know, I'm not really trying to travel. I'm trying to save more money. I want to get out of debt faster. But I didn't need a vehicle and I bought one. Another thing is I wanted to try a life of a little more endurance, try to feel out a different lifestyle. Try to see what it's like to live in like not so luxury. If you could see, I maybe have started sweating a lot more since the video. I rolled up one of my windows so you wouldn't be hearing one of my neighbors right now. But it's like 85 today and I'm sweating pretty hard. It's harder to work through temperatures. The conveniences of homes do a lot for that. Can you handle that? Is that something you want to deal with? That's something you don't hear a lot about in the van lives that are on YouTube, depending on the level of van you have. I don't have an extremely luxurious van. But this is also helping me with my friends I've talked to about faith. Like, this is really helping me rely on God for my day-to-day. Developing that part of me is a big deal. And so I feel like van life is doing a lot for that. It's changing my perspective. It's not as easy as I thought it would be at first. There's a lot of endurance. There's a lot of inconveniences. And sometimes it could be like more lonely because yes, you have to, if you want to expand, you talk to new people all the time, but you don't have like those little conversations with your roommates, your family, whoever you're living with. And it's about me being honest with myself. Is like, you know, I thought van life would excel me to follow my dreams more, such as music, fitness. But really, it's about perspective. You could do that just as much in a home if you limit the distractions from your life. And this helped me see that it's not about the environment I'm in, it's about the perspective that I have about what I'm going through. And so I might not always be as positive off the bat. I like to say a lot of positive things, but it's not always my first thought in my mind. And so that's okay. It's about growth. Life is about growth. Even though that stuff is hard for me to admit, this isn't about me having a front. This is about me growing as a person, just like the rest of life for everybody should be. Is van life for you? Take a jump if you think from the examples that I gave. But you might also have to just be real with yourself in the moment. You know, maybe take a week to test out in a vehicle that you might be able to without buying a brand new van if that's what you have to do. But be real with yourself. What's your why? Why are you doing it? What's motivating you?